So with this question, it shows you an equation that hypothetical Steve has solved, and it says what mistake did he make, why is Steve's answer wrong. Any sort of comment on the fact that he hasn't times both terms in the brackets by 5. He's done 5 times x to get 5x, but he's not times the 2 by 5. That should be a plus 10 there. So anything that says along the lines of both terms inside the brackets must be times by 5, or he's forgotten to multiply the 2 by 5, or he's incorrectly expanded his brackets, something along those lines. And then for B, explain what is wrong with Liz's answer. She's fine all the way up to x squared equals 25, but if you square root that, really, x should be plus or minus 5. So when you go from x squared equals 25, when you square root both sides, you should have plus or minus 5. So what is wrong with Liz's answer? She only has one of the solutions, or minus 5 is also a solution, or something along those lines. Okay, so that was question 8. Let's do question 9 at the same time. Now when you're working with f, because you've got to find f of 10 in the first part of this question, f of x, you can leave it as 3 lots of x minus 4, or if you prefer it, so I'm putting this line in here because you don't have to do both of these, it's just 2 different approaches. Or if you expand the brackets, that's 3x minus 12. So f of 10, whichever way you do it, this is either 3 times by 10 minus 4, which is 3 times by 6, which is 18, and that would go on your answer line. Or if you expand the brackets, you should still get, so 3 times by 10 minus 12, 30 minus 12 would still give you 18. So it's up to you whether you expand the brackets or not. Find, this means the inverse of g, well then we will write g out as y equals, remembering the steps of finding an inverse. We will swap x and y, and then rearrange until y is the subject again. So the first thing we have to do here is subtract 1 from both sides. So x minus 1 equals y over 5. And then to get y by itself, I have to times both sides by 5. Easiest way to do that is to put the x minus 1 in brackets and just put a 5 in front of it. So now you've rearranged it, they've put the inverse notation in for you, so we can just write 5 lots of x minus 1. The last question is a show that. A show that question always means they are giving you the answer, you just have to work towards it. So in a show that question, it's important that you show all of your working. Now, in this case, I know we said f of x can either be given in bracket form or in expanded form. I think it's going to be easier if we just have it in expanded form. So f of x is, I'm going to treat it as 3x minus 12. Because then f of x, you're subbing f into f, means I'm going to write f of x out, but everywhere where there should have been an x, I'm going to sub f of x into that. So f of x, I'm replacing x here with f of x. So I've taken the x out, and it's kind of like putting it inside itself when you do like f of f. So that gives you 9x minus 36 minus 12, which equals 96 minus 48, as, turn off the screen a little bit, as required. Just to say that you've asked me to show this, and I've done it.